Assalamu alaikum students. I am Waqas Khan from Army Public School and College Potwar Complex Boys, Islamabad. I am here to teach you computer science. This is your lecture number 3, that is about generation of computers. So today we are going to discuss about the different generations of computer. Today we should include introduction, then the first generation of computer, second generation of computer, third generation of computer, fourth generation of computer, and at the last fifth generation of computer. So before starting, we are going to introduce the generation of computer. The history of computer development is often referred to in reference to the different generations of computing devices. Each generation of computer is characterized by a major technological development that fundamentally change the way computer operate, resulting in increasingly smaller, cheaper, and more powerful and more efficient and reliable devices. So every generation used a different technology. By using a different technology, we reduce the size, we reduce the price, and we increase the power and efficiency of computing devices. So starting from the first generation of computer. The first generation of computers were in 1940 to 1956. You have to remind this date that first generation of computer is between 1940 and 1956. The major technology that is used in the first generation of computer is the vacuum tubes. Listen carefully, these are the vacuum tubes. It used vacuum tubes for circuitry, magnetic drums for memory, and were often enormous, taking up entire rooms. These are huge computers. Even they are fitted in the bigger halls. So these are very expensive, consumed great deal of electricity, generated a lot of heat, which was often the cause of malfunctions. Relied on machine language to perform operations, could solve one problem at a time. Input was based on punch cards and paper tape, and output was displayed on printouts. UNIVAC and ENIAC computers are example of first generation computing devices. So in first generation of computer, the major technology that we are going to use is vacuum tubes. For memory, it used magnetic drums. And these are the huge computers. They fill a huge rooms. The bigger rooms are filled with one computer. Due to a larger area, these are very expensive. And they used a great deal of electricity. When electricity is used, it generates a lot of heat. So the next is second generation, that is between 1956 and 1963. Now we are going to use transistor instead of vacuum tubes. Transistors replace vacuum tubes, allowing computer to become smaller, faster, cheaper, and more energy efficient and more reliable than their first generation predecessors. But for memory, it still relied on punch cards for input and printouts for output. Second generation computers moved from cryptic binary machine language to symbolic or assembly languages, which allowed programmers to specify instruction in words. High-level programming languages like COBOL and Fortran were used in second generation computers. After that, the ICs were developed. The third generation computer, these are between 1964 to 1971. The technology in third generation computers were integrated circuits were used. Shortly, these are called IC. Transistors were miniaturized and placed on silicon chips called semiconductors, which increase the speed and efficiency of computers. Instead of punch cards and printouts, user interacted through keyboards and monitors and interfaced with an operating system, which allowed the device to run many different applications at one time with a central program that monitored the memory. Computers for the first time become accessible to a mass audience because they are smaller and cheaper than their predecessors. Fourth generation computers, that is from 1971 to present age. The technology that is used in fourth generation computer are microprocessors. Microprocessors were used. What is the first generation filled an entire room could now fit in the palm of a hand. In 1981, IBM introduced its first computer for the home users. And in 1984, Apple introduced the Macintosh. As these small computers become more powerful, they could be linked together to form networks, which eventually led to the development of the internet. Fourth generation computer also saw the development of GUIs, the mouse and handheld devices. We are using our PC. These PCs are of fourth generation computers. Then there comes the fifth generation. It is present and an ongoing process or beyond. The technology here is used in artificial intelligence, shortly known as AI. Fifth generation computing devices based on artificial intelligence are still in development, though there are some applications such as voice recognition that are being used today. The use of parallel processing and superconductor is helping to make artificial intelligence a reality. Quantum computation and molecular and nanotechnology will radically change the face of computers in years to come. The goal of fifth generation computing is to develop devices that respond to natural language input and are capable of learning and self-organization. The major development in fifth generation computers are robotics. So these are the five generation computers. I hope you understand today's lecture. If you have any question, then you can ask freely in group.